Hey friends, welcome back to your brand new video. In North America, before the GR Corolla, we had three all-wheel drive hot hatches competing. The Golf R, the Ford Focus RS, and the Subaru WRX STI hatch. Out of those three, the only one still getting produced today is the Golf R, unfortunately. Therefore, there was a market gap left for another hot hatch available. Seeing the success of the GR Yaris in other markets, Toyota decided to jump on the opportunity and release the GR Corolla to the North American markets. So today I want to compare the two most recent all-wheel drive turbo hot hatches from Japan, the GR Corolla and the GR STI. Now you might be wondering, why did I say GR in front of the STI? If you're a Subi guy, you must already know, but the Subaru WRX and STI always had chassis codes starting with G up until the VA and VB series. For instance, the GC series, the GD series, and now the GR series. Whereas the GR in front of the Corolla is an abbreviation for Gazoo Racing, Toyota's racing division. Before we do a back-to-back comparison of both cars, let's do a brief recap of their origins, starting off with the Corolla. So for most non-car enthusiast people out there, when they hear Corolla, they think a subcompact economical car, and its roots are exactly that. Corolla is actually Latin for small crown, which was intended to attract all the short king buyers out there. Jokes aside though, that is legitimately what it means in Latin. Toyota has reached major success with this vehicle, selling 50 million units by 2021. So far, there have been 12 generations of the Toyota Corolla, starting off with the E10 being introduced in 1966, and to the most recent generation, the E210 released in 2018. The Toyota Corolla has been predominantly front-engine rear-wheel drive up until the 5th generation E80, except for the AE85 and the AE86. The AE86 has been one of the most notable Corolla models in motorsport, namely in drifting competitions, Group A and Rally, club racing, and also we can't forget it being the front car for the popular Japanese manga Initial D. For the STI hatchback, it started off as the GF8 WRX wagon introduced in the 1990s, a 5-door wagon version of the GC8 chassis. The STI wagon, however, made its debut with the version 5 GC8 STI, with pretty much the same performance, interior, and looks, but with the practicality of a 5-door. The next and last STI wagon was introduced in the Bug-Eye GGB generation, with the version 7 STI engine, STI Brembos, and interior, but again with the 5-door. Watch my video to learn why I think the version 7 STI engine is so great. Anyways, the Blub-Eye and Hawkeye both had wagon variants, but only at the WRX trim level. With that out of the way, we're going to compare the latest generation 2014 GR STI hatch and the GR Corolla in the following categories: power and acceleration, drivetrain, practicality, reliability, price, and availability. The GR Corolla is powered by a G16E GTS 1.6-liter 3-cylinder turbocharged engine from the GR Yaris and makes 300 horsepower and 273 pound-feet of torque in the core model, and in the Maurizio edition it makes 295 pound-feet of torque. It's crazy to think that this car makes 100 horsepower per cylinder. Anyways, the curb weight is 3,263 pounds, and based on Motor Trend, the 0 to 60 is around 5 to 5.4 seconds, which is fairly quick. The STI hatch is powered by EJ257, a 2.5-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder boxer engine pushing 300 horsepower and 290 foot-pounds of torque. The curb weight for the STI is 3,373 pounds, which makes it 110 pounds heavier than the GR Corolla. I found mixed results in terms of 0 to 60, but I've seen some going down to 4.8 seconds up to 5.5 seconds. So overall though, the GR STI and the GR Corolla both have similar acceleration and power. The GR Corolla comes with the GR4 all-wheel drive system, which allows the driver to choose between 3 different power distribution modes: a 60-40 front and rear split for day-to-day driving, a 30-70 split for drifting antics, and a 50-50 split for maximum traction capabilities on the track. The front and rear diff can be optioned out with a torsion limited slip differential, otherwise it just comes with open diffs front and rear. What makes this drivetrain special is the electronically controlled electromagnetic multi-plate clutch pack placed in front of the rear diff, and what this does is it modulates the torque split between the front and rear wheels. And this is very similar to the Haldex system in Volkswagens, however it had to be much more lighter and compact due to the all-wheel drive drive differential is trying to fit in a predominantly front-wheel drive car. Now, I like how Jason from Engineering Explained described this system. So this clutch pack kind of acts like a brake. So the more that it compresses, the more that it channels power from the front wheels to the rear wheels. So depending on the drive mode you chose, it will do more compressing or less compressing, therefore diverting more or less power to the rear wheels. The suspension uses a McPherson type strut system for the front wheels and a double wishbone multi-link system for the rear wheels. The front brakes are 4 pots and the rear brakes are 2 pots with vented and slotted brake rotors. Based on the car reviews that I've watched online, this car handles on rails and has ample braking power. Now for the Subaru WRX STI hatchback, which comes with a driver controlled center differential or DCCD. This allows the driver to adjust the center differential locking through 3 automatic and 1 manual mode. This modulates the front and rear torque split from 41 to 59 to 50-50 front and rear. The difference between this all-wheel drive system and Toyota's GR4 all-wheel drive system is that Subaru uses a hybrid between an electromagnetic multi-plate transfer clutch and also a center mechanical limited slip differential to modulate the torque split between the front and rear. The Subaru also comes with a stock torsion limited slip in the rear and a helical limited slip in the front. Similarly to the GR Corolla, the STI uses a McPherson type strut system for the front wheels and a double wishbone multi-link for the rear wheels. The brakes are Brembo 4 pots in the front and a 2 pot in the back, which is pretty much on par with the GR Corolla. It's been a little while now since the 2014 STI hatch has been released, but based on all I could find online, the handling was good but not overwhelmingly impressive. So I think in terms of a comparison, the GR Corolla is probably better in handling due to the new complicated systems in the drivetrain, and also that it's a newer car, so the manufacturing processes are better, which probably translates to a more rigid car. The GR Corolla comes with 17.8 cubic feet of rear hatch space, with one caveat being the Maurizio edition having the massive rear brace. The STI with 19 cubic feet of rear hatch space edges out the Corolla by 1.2 cubic feet. The GR Corolla comes with 37.1 inches of rear headroom and 34.8 inches of rear legroom. The STI has 37.6 inches of rear headroom and 33.5 inches of rear legroom, so fairly close in terms of back seat space, which would be more than enough for children or a baby seat. In terms of gas mileage, the combined rating for the GR Corolla is 29 miles per gallon, whereas the combined rating for the STI is only 21 miles per gallon. Granted, the STI engine is still on the basic architecture that was designed in the 1990s, where gas mileage wasn't so high on the priority list the way it is now. In terms of the GR Corolla's reliability, the one thing we can assume is that Toyota would not want to tarnish their reputation as an extremely reliable car manufacturer. Therefore, this car must have been designed and tested rigorously to handle abuse. In addition, this car is fairly new, so any issues that might come up will be covered by warranty. The GR STI, on the other hand, has been notoriously known to have ringland failures in the EJ257 engine. Subaru of America actually had a lawsuit filed against it in 2018 based on the premise that Subaru knew about this defect and still sold the car. A settlement was reached, however, providing compensation to all the owners who were impacted. Now for the price, the GR Corolla Core Edition starts at $37,000, the Circuit Edition is $44,000, and the Maurizio Edition is $51,000. This is all without dealer markups, so you can expect this to be much higher than what I just noted. The price of the GR STI does vary because it's only on the used marketplace now, but for a decent condition one, you could expect around $20,000 to $30,000, and for a low mileage mint condition one, you could expect it to go beyond $30,000 to even $40,000. In terms of availability, the GR Corolla is still hard to find, despite Toyota announcing that it's increasing production and also extending the production run of the Circuit Edition into 2024. Whereas the GR STI, there are bountiful amounts of those examples out there to buy, mainly because all those owners want to sell them to buy GR Corollas. Jokes aside though, the GR STI is out there, you just might have to travel to go look for the right one. In conclusion, what car would you guys take? Let me know in the comments below. The GR Corolla being co-engineered with WRC drivers but with limited availability and probably very high markups, or the GR STI being way more cheaper, way more available, but could have a very temperamental engine. I'd say if you could afford the GR Corolla and you don't mind waiting, go for that. But if you are a Subaru fanboy and you want to get your hands on the last STI hatch, go get that one instead. Anyways friends, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you all very much. Please like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. I will catch you all on the next one. Take care.